Like a bad case of herpes that you just can't shake, it seems like everything coming out on television is a revival series of something that came before, no matter how many times it's already been killed off. Okay, maybe not quite herpes, since we've had things like The Twilight Zone and Veronica Mars, and plenty of other fantastic entries, but if you thought this trend was coming to an end, then you couldn't be more wrong. Oh boy! Luckily for us though, it seems that the good shows just keep on coming thanks to the returns that have paved the way. Revivals have long been a part of movies, but it's only recently that they've managed to come back in a big way on television. Most shows never got an encore, and they concluded without any revisits. But these days, nostalgia in television series is all the rage. I mean, rose-tinted glasses come cheap now since Depop is a thing after all, so let's take a look at what other second-hand goods are going to be on a small screen near you again soon, shall we? I am the comeback of Ash from What Culture, and these are 10 TV shows you didn't know were returning soon. 10. Jodie. Who didn't love the sassy, sardonic high schooler who feels custom built for snippy t-shirt slogans? The original Daria series was a beloved TV pillar of the turn of the millennium, and itself a spin-off from Beavis and Butthead. It isn't returning quite as it left, however, as the new show will feature Daria and her animated universe, but the focus will shift away from Ms. Morgendorffer to Jodie Landon instead. Here we'll see Jodie as she starts her first job working in tech since she graduated from college. According to MTV, Jodie is only the first in many projects stemming from the Daria universe, so expect more to come in the near future. Jodie was still in development by late 2019, so there haven't been any developments as to when the show might air, but odds are it'll be in mid to late 2020 or beyond. Soon is the operative title word here. 9. Amazing Stories. What was essentially Tales of Interest for reals, Amazing Stories was an anthology show comprised of stories that had nothing to do with one another, and that were in fact quite amazing, which made the series feel like each episode was its own unique film. While Steven Spielberg directed some episodes, most were helmed by others working in the industry at the time. The show was tapped for a reboot back in 2015 with Brian Fuller on board to write the pilot, but that project never manifested. In October 2017, Steven Spielberg's Amblin Television division made a deal with NBC Universal and Apple Inc. to develop a new series for Apple TV+. As of late 2019, there were no details released as to when the show might stream, but we're betting it's not long off now. 8. Nash Bridges. It didn't take much police work to learn that Nash Bridges, which starred Don Johnson and Cheech Marin as inspectors for the San Francisco Police Department's Special Investigation Unit, has been tapped for a revival series. USA Network announced the revival in July 2019, with Johnson set to reprise his role as the titular character, and he'll also work as one of the 2 showrunners working on the project. USA ordered a 2-hour special, which will hopefully catch enough attention for further development, which is a method they've tried before. Granted, it is not official the show is returning, but I'm just going to put all of the eggs in the basket here that it's a given. Don't at me. The special will revolve around Nash as he continues to work as the SFPD's SIU, where he's been since the show went off the air. He will find himself working for a new boss in a city that has changed significantly since the turn of the century. Though, whilst all this has been going on, there's no word yet as to whether or not Cheech Marin will return. 7. Punky Brewster. Despite the name sounding like a bad craft beer, Punky Brewster was a sitcom about a young girl being raised by a foster parent. The show was incredibly popular when it was first on television, and it even spawned an animated spin-off inventively titled It's Punky Brewster, which featured the original cast voicing their characters. Punky Brewster remained a thing of the past for many years until talk of a reboot started in June 2019. UCP announced a revival/sequel of the original series, which would star Soleil Moon Frye in her original role, though her character's situation will be a bit different. The new series will feature Brewster working as a single mother of 3 children, who is trying to get her life back on track when she meets a young girl who reminds her a lot of her younger self. The Mystery Gang's very own Fred, aka Freddie Prinze Jr., will also join the cast as Punky's ex-husband, Travis. That is, if the pilot catches enough attention to go to series, which will air in 2020. 6. Lizzie McGuire. Yes, this is the comeback we all care about. Hilary Duff's series about a young teenage girl working through her issues alongside an animated version of herself expressing her inner thoughts is coming back to television, thanks to Disney+. The Mouse House shenanigans have finally paid off. The sequel series was announced in August 2019, and it will centre on the eponymous character, now a 30-year-old woman making her way in New York City. Duff revealed a few tidbits of information on ABC's Good Morning America, where she said the adult Lizzie will work as an interior design apprentice. She also revealed she'll be living in Brooklyn and will have a fiancé, but something will happen and her world will change abruptly. The sequel new season will release sometime in 2020, which we can then all regress to our teenage girl selves whilst watching. Yes, even you, 40-year-old Gary, live a little. 5. The Trip. The Trip is a British sitcom starring Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon, who play fictionalised versions of themselves. The characters originally went on a restaurant tour of Northern England. That series ran from 2010 to 2014, with each new season taking on a different name describing a new location, like The Trip to Italy, or The Trip to Spain, or The Trip on DMT. But now a 4th season is in the works titled The Trip to Greece. I wonder where they're going this time. Filming for the 4th season began in June 2019, and the notice went out on Brydon's Instagram page, which showed a picture of the 2 men sitting on a park bench in the titular country. Each of the preceding seasons were edited into a feature film, so it's likely the 4th will follow suit once it's made the rounds on TV. Bite-sized restaurant work at its finest. 4. Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl is based on a book series of the same name and is the home of a plethora of actors currently blowing up in Hollywood. Kristen Bell voiced the omniscient blogger narrator, otherwise known as Gossip Girl, joined in the cast by Blake Lively, Leighton Meester, Penn Badgley, and a load of other annoyingly attractive people. A sequel series has been greenlit for streaming on HBO Max, and it will likely air when the streaming service goes live in the spring of 2020. The new series will pick up 8 years after the events of the previous series, and will essentially function as a revival. HBO Max ordered it straight to series and will air 10 episodes for the new season. The show will follow a new generation of private school teens who will fall under the watchful eye of Gossip Girl. So let the drama commence. XOXO, bitches. 3. Curb Your Enthusiasm. The time has come, once again, for a new season to be added to Curb Your Enthusiasm's roster, because HBO announced a 10th season set to air in January 2020. Since they originally aired the 9th season, this new season is more of a revival from hiatus than a sequel or a reboot. Curb Your Enthusiasm stars the show's creator, Larry David, as a fictionalized version of himself, working as a semi-retired television producer and writer in Los Angeles and New York City. Traditionally, details of upcoming seasons of the show have been closely held, but Jeff Garlin recently spilled some of Curb's delicious beans. So far, it's been confirmed that Vince Vaughn will have a multi-episode arc in which he will not be playing himself, and the show will mention Marty Funkhauser, who was the character played by the now deceased Bob Einstein. Unfortunately, that's about it. But fans won't have to wait long since it drops on January 19th. 2. The Boondocks. The Boondocks is an adult animated sitcom from Adult Swim, based on the comic strip of the same name that covers a granddad and his grandsons delivering a spicy socio-political commentary of American suburban life. In June 2019, it was announced that Sony Pictures Animation was producing a revival. The new show will be a continuation of the original series, and it will focus on Robert Grandad Freeman and his 2 grandsons, Huey and Riley. Originally, John Witherspoon was attached to reprise the role of Grandad, but he sadly passed away in October 2019. It's unclear as to who will take over voicing the role, but Aaron McGruder will return as showrunner and executive producer. He'll be joined by Norm Alajer, Seung Kim, and Megan Collins Robertson. In addition to the 2-season order totaling 24 episodes, the series will kick off with a 50-minute special. 1. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Like a bad episode of Pimp My Ride, Disney heard you like Star Wars, so it's given us Star Wars on our Star Wars, followed by Star Wars so you can star whilst you wars. Star Wars. They announced a new 12-episode series for Star Wars: The Clone Wars on the series' 10th anniversary, taking back the decision to get rid of it after 6 seasons aired from 2008 to 2014. The new episodes will function as a continuation of the original series, making it serve as the 7th season. There you can expect to probably see the Siege of Mandalore, amongst plenty of other fun things already scripted before the show originally got canned. Supervising director Dave Filoni has spoken a little about the project, and I quote, "Without getting into too much detail, because I love the fan speculation, but it would be a real shame to have done all this work and to not use it. So we're looking at everything and going over all the scripts we had. I think that the biggest thing for me is, how do we make this show better? And I think that means examining all the work we had done, the work we were planning on doing, and also trying to honour the work of so many people that were in the middle of making stuff. Well, we can expect something loyal to the show fans loved in the first place, at least." And that's our list. Which shows are you most excited for? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I've been Ash and this has been What Culture. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and come back again soon for some more lovely TV content. Thanks for watching.